32 home runs over the course of the first 8 games while hitting above 400. So you need power against the Miners. You have to own the strike zone. They have 29 strikeouts this season with a 3.11 ERA and be efficient defensively. Only 3 errors thus far for the Sooner defense.
As for the Miners, how do they make national headlines with a win?
Well, they have to limit the long ball. Oklahoma averages about 4 home runs a game, so you have to limit that first. And strike first, stay aggressive. The Miners need to have a clean inning in the top of the first, pitching-wise, and take advantage of runners in scoring position. You just have to score those runners in scoring position against a team like Oklahoma.
Will Oklahoma extend their win streak to 7, or will the UTEP Miners cause the upset of the year? You're watching CUSA Softball on ESPN+. On September 24th of 2021, 31-year president of the University of Texas at El Paso, Dr. Diana Natalicio, passed away at the age of 82. For the 4th annual year, UTEP Softball honors her legacy and remembers her by hosting the Dr. Diana Natalicio Memorial Tournament. It's been an institution that has been built through an underdog mentality. Dr. Diana Natalicio oversaw 9 new buildings played. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the lineup for Oklahoma.
So you see Pickering moving up to the top spot after batting second against Idaho State. You have Parker at the cleanup spot, followed by Miner in the 6th spot, and then McDaniel and Barker in the 8th and 9th hole.
Meanwhile, for the UTEP Miners hopping back on defense, let's take a look at how they look.
Similar defense as we've seen in the previous games. You have Laves, Marquez, Hogan out there in the outfield. Same interior with Munoz, Garcia, Burchard, Betancourt, and you have Presswood on the mound starting for the Miners against the Sooners.
The true freshman pitched against Montana, 4.1 innings pitched, allowed 7 hits, 7 runs. 5 of those were earned, walked 4. But the true freshman today gets the nod from head coach TJ Hubbard to pitch against the 4th-ranked team in the nation, Oklahoma, the 8-time national champions. And they'll open it up with Cassidy Pickering at the plate. Pickering walks into today's matchup, batting .524, a total of 11 hits, 14 runs, 1 double and 5 homers. Here comes the 2024 national champion to pitch against the true freshman out of Tennessee. She takes strike 1.
Pickering, phenomenal hitter for Oklahoma, a 2025 first team All-SEC, 2025 first team All-American.
She deals against Presswood out of Charleston, Tennessee. She claimed the first ever state championship for Walker Valley High School. Committed to the University of Texas at El Paso, earned 94 victories in the circle back in her high school days. For Pickering, a national champion, played in last year's World Series. Currently facing the 2-1 count.
See Pickering being patient at the plate against the balls that Presswood has thrown in back-to-back pitches.
Pickering is out of Humble, Texas. As a freshman, she started in 64 games. She appeared in 66 total contests. She was 3rd on the team with on-base percentage. She had 55 runs batted in, 45 total runs, 12 homers. That came in her freshman campaign. As a sophomore, she had a 16-game hitting streak, which lasted from March 15th all the way to April 13th. Skies it foul down the right field line.
Just jumped on that pitch a tad early. It was long gone, but foul ball right of the foul pole.
The junior came into this weekend with 14 at-bats and 5 hits. Since then, she's gathered 6 in 4 games. This is Oklahoma's 5th game of the weekend. Ground ball goes past the glove of Burchard. Leadoff base hit at the top of the 1st for Cassidy Pickering.
Goes with simple contact at the end of the bat for a base hit up the middle to put a runner on to start off this game.
Cassidy Pickering has her first hit of the day, her 12th of the season. Runner on early for Oklahoma. In comes Nellie McEnroy Marinas, the redshirt sophomore out of Hawaii. Doesn't swing. She takes strike 1.
For the Miners, you have to command the strike zone against Oklahoma.
McEnroy Marinas comes in batting .500. 9 hits so far. Grounds it, throw down to Munoz down at first base. And just like that, there's 2 runner-ons for the Oklahoma Sooners. Runners on first and second.
A bunt single there. Just able to move fast enough to first, puts it perfectly to Presswood and just beats the throw there.
This is a team who in their first year in the SEC won a regular season and tournament championship. But their season was defined by their 4-year World Series championship streak being brought to an end. They were thrown into the elimination bracket after suffering their first loss to Texas. Beat Oregon 4-1, but lost to the eventual runner-up Texas Tech. Swings, connects, finds the gap, down at center field, rounding the bases. Pickering will come home. The Sooners are up early, 1-0.
Been simple contact hitting for Oklahoma. Goes up the middle once again. You see the outfield of UTEP. They're playing deep out there. So just a single on the gap to take them up by 1.
Gabby Garcia, the sophomore out of Arizona, connects. She's on first base. Parker at the plate. First pitch is ball 1. And 3 batters handled. It's been 3 hits for Oklahoma. The true freshman pitching against the 4th-ranked team in the nation, led by what many would argue the greatest head coach in softball history, Patty Gasso, entering her 32nd season at Oklahoma. A total of 8 World Series titles. First and only coach and first and only program to win 4 straight, lasting from 2021 all the way to 2024. 18 World Series appearances for the Sooners. Pitch is a strike.
Parker homered twice in their 21-3 win against number 17 Arizona, who, by the way, the day before they lost to Arizona and then beat them the next day 21-3.
Looking, connects, foul ball. Ella Parker faces an even count.
See Presswood going outside on those pitches, trying to catch him swinging, but we've seen the last 2 times they've been able to connect on those base hits at the end of the bat.
2-2 count, connects, swings, down past center field, goes off the wall, fumbled, 2 runs in for Oklahoma, leading early 2-0 with 2 runners in scoring position. It's a double for Ella Parker, add in an RBI.
So again, Oklahoma able to get this ball at the end of the bat and just sends it to deep right center field to bring in another run. They have a 2-0 lead and no outs yet.
It's Parker down at second base. Driving in Nelly McEnroy Marinas for Oklahoma. The 2-0 lead, top of the first, still no outs on the board. In comes Isabella Emmerling, the redshirt senior. She takes ball 1.
You do have movements early on in the UTEP bullpen in case things go south quickly for UTEP.
Emmerling came into this weekend with only 3 at-bats. 2 total hits, ground ball up the middle, goes past Presswood. Garcia has got it, another run, scores. Meanwhile, runner at first is safe. Make it 3-0 for the Oklahoma Sooners, runners on the corner.
Wow, so they ruled that where Munoz was off the bag. I'd like to see another look at that.
Munoz, the senior, is covering first base. For Isabella Emmerling, she gets on early.
See right here. Yeesh, she is out there.
Next about for the Sooners,
There's no way she's safe right there. That's a blown call by the first base umpire.
Runners on the corners. Emmerling reaches. Meanwhile, coming in for Oklahoma, a 3-0 lead. Still no outs on the board. Shows bunt. Is Kai Minor. In comes a run. In goes the throw to first base. Also safe. Oklahoma leads 4-0.
Squeeze bunt there to bring the runner home. Did the similar thing early on to advance the runner to second, but that time squares the bunt, has the pace, And safe. That time she was safe.
In 6 batters handled, it's been 6 consecutive hits, 4 runs on the board for the Sooners, leading 4-0 as Alexis Bandon pays a visit to the circle. Bandon, a new head coach for the UTEP Miners. Meanwhile, we'll take a look at the 32-year head coach from Oklahoma, Patty Gasso, has been leading the Sooners to 8 national titles, 18 World Series appearances, the 2025 Coach of the Year, and in February of 2025, Patty Gasso was named head coach for the United States women's national team in softball, meaning that she will lead Team USA all the way to the Los Angeles 2028 Olympics.
Special coach, coaching a lot of special players, coached a lot of special teams. As you mentioned, they have 8 Collegiate World Series under their belt.
Top of the first with 2 runners on, 1 run at second base, another runner at first. 0-1 count. Ailana Agbainai currently at the plate. Agbayani, the senior, grounds it down the middle, past second base. Bases loaded once again. Coming home, rounding the bases. Here's the throw, not in time to Munoz. Oklahoma leads 5-0 at the top of the first.
Oklahoma keeps attacking that pitch that's going on the outside of the zone. At the end of the bat, another one up the middle for a base hit. It's been simple contact hitting. They're up 5-0.
Ailana Agbayani, first hit of the day for the senior out of Hawaii. Came into the weekend with only 8 at-bats. Total of only 1 hit. Oklahoma started their season over in Arizona. A victory on February 5th against Arizona State, 2-1. They'd go on to play Arizona 3 times. They dropped game 1, and then in game 2, they ended in 5. A 21-3 victory over Arizona. Beat them again 5-4 while Arizona was ranked 17. Pitch, hit, connect. High ball. Goes into foul territory off the grass patch. And a Helen of Troy softball complex, which today is over the capacity of 600.
Yeah, reportedly 1,000 tickets were sold for this game against Oklahoma, going over 60% capacity.
2-1 as Presswood deals to Lexi McDaniel, the freshman. The freshman slings it again, foul ball. Count evens at 2-2 apiece.
Still no outs for the Sooners with 2 runners on first and second.
McDaniel this season is batting .429, 6 total hits. Ground ball goes past Betancourt's glove. Here Oklahoma goes again. A run is coming in. The Sooners lead 6-0 at the top of the first.
Another RBI single. That is the 5th RBI single for the Sooners. And they're just adding on to their lead.
And you go back to February 12th of 2021, which was the last time both of these squads played. That was at the UTEP 2021 Invitational and ended in 5 innings. Oklahoma beat UTEP 21-2. In that same tournament, the day before, Oklahoma beat El Paso 29-0. Currently it's 6-0, with Ryan Presswood currently pitching. The true freshman pitcher skies it down into left field. It is caught for the first out. Top of the first, 1 out on the board. Catch made, Cici Marquez down at left field. So Sydney Barker's appearance will be quick. Skied it for a flyout. And in 1 inning, Oklahoma will restart the lineup. In comes Cassidy Pickering once again. She's 1 for 1 today, hitting a single. First pitch for the 2024 national champion, Cassidy Pickering.
First time up, had a single squared up on an opposite field base hit. Got it at the end of the bat, as most of these hits have been.
She was part of the preseason All-SEC team. Pickering takes the ball. 2-0. for Oklahoma softball. Their 51st year of existence as a program. Their inaugural year goes all the way back to 1971. For UTEP 2004, Pickering blasts it down right field, off the fence. Pickering rounds the bases. Meanwhile, for Oklahoma, they draw another runner home. The lead extends 7-0 for the Sooners.
That time gets it on the inner part of the bat and just squares it to right field towards the foul line. And another run comes in for Oklahoma.
7-0. Top of the first. Only an out on the board. Runners on second and third. Skies it down to left. Another sliding grab made by CC Marquez. However, Oklahoma able to add on to their lead. Coming home is none other than Lexi McDaniel, as another phenomenal catch is made by Marquez down at left.
It's a good play on it, but Oklahoma does get the sac fly to extend their lead 8-0 here with 2 outs in the top of the first.
CC Marquez back starting for the UTEP Miners, did not start against Idaho State in the first game of the last day of the Dr. Diana Natalicio Memorial Tournament. 0-1 the count. Sole runner in scoring position, down at second base. Pitch, ball 1. For Gabby Garcia, last time around, singled, faces the 1-1. One count, turns to 2-1 for Garcia.
Garcia had an RBI single for first time up, bringing in the first run of the game in Pickering.
As a freshman, she played in 61 games, had 59 starts. That was at shortstop. Her freshman season back in 2025. Garcia, the sophomore, will take ball 3. Last season, she achieved 9 doubles, 48 runs, batting .351 at the plate. Garcia slams it down the left again. Marquez has tracked it. Marquez pulls it in, meaning that the top of the first is over. The Sooners, 8-0 leading over the UTEP Miners. UTEP will come up to the plate next as they challenge the Oklahoma Sooners and look for a victory. You're watching CUSA Softball on ESPN+. Let's take a look at their starting lineups.
So you have Burchard and Lavas there. Burchard needs to get on board here with the Sooner defense with Pickering in left field. Played DP a little bit against Idaho State yesterday.
And making the starts inside of the circle for the Oklahoma Sooners is none other than Audrey Lowry, the sophomore left-handed pitcher. She deals to Marissa Burchard. Bottom of the first, Burchard grounds it down, pass short. Burchard has got a hit against the Oklahoma Sooners.
It's what you need to do if you're UTEP. Just collect some simple contact hits. Burchard gets one up the middle there to put the Miners on base.
Burchard led off against Idaho State. She's been leading off this entire weekend. And against the Bengals, went 1 for 4. Up next is Brentley Lavis, dealing with the sophomore pitcher, Audrey Lowry. Entering with an earned run average of 1.35. She's undefeated at the plate, pitching 20.2 innings.
The Miners are gonna have to figure out a way to hit her fastball.
Oh, 1 the count for Lavis. Swings. Counted strike. Meanwhile, Burchard is going to be sneaky, and she's going to advance to second base. We saw it last time around against Idaho State. Burchard steals second, steals third, and then slides into home.
Yeah, that time on a pass ball behind the catcher, Burchard able to get to second, and now she's in scoring position.
Burchard down at second. Meanwhile, it's Lavis who makes initial contact. Foul ball.
So you see Lowry throwing low to Lavis, and Lavis has swung at every pitch that's been low.
Count 1-2. Lavis takes another ball. Count even 2-2. Lavis collected a hit in 4 at-bat appearances against Idaho State. Lavis swings, connect. It's deep, it goes into foul territory, and it reaches the glove, meaning that there's an out on the board. Burchard slides into third, and she's safe. So runner remains in scoring position for the UTEP Miners, but Oklahoma with an out at the bottom of the first.
Yeah, it's a great play there by Agbayami, who makes the play all the way towards the fence in foul territory, makes the grab, but Burchard tags to third.
A fly out for Brantley Lavis, who came into the weekend with only 1 hit, has collected several since. Meanwhile, Lowry deals to Guthrie. Guthrie so far this season is batting .393, has played in 11 games, has started in 10. Began to start once she hit a home run in UTEP's season opener against Utah Valley University. That led the Miners to score a run at the bottom of the 7th, in which they were ultimately able to come back, make it 4-4. UTEP ultimately lost to the Wolverines by 5 runs in their season opener at the UTEP Invitational. They ended that tournament 3-3, currently now with a winning record at the Dr. Diana Natalicio Memorial Tournament.
See a word with the catcher Emerling and Lowry just for a brief second on how they want to approach Guthrie.
Guthrie swings it foul. Count even. Against Idaho State, Guthrie connected on a hit and 3 appearances at the plate. 1-1. Lowry deals ball 2.
Lowry is the 2024 Indiana Gatorade Player of the Year before attending Oklahoma. She's also a 2-time high school All-American and 2-time Max Preps high school All-American.
Earned 6 wins last season as a freshman. An earned run average of 3.09. That was through 43 innings.
What's insane about Lowry is she had a 40-3 strikeout to ball ratio.
Lowry, the sophomore left-handed pitcher, 2nd year as a Sooner. She deals, full count, 3-2.
So now the full count on the catcher Guthrie with 1 out and Burchard 60 feet from home.
3-2 for Guthrie. It's Burchard down at third. Lowry slings it. Guthrie swings and misses for out number 2.
So Lowry comes back with a pitch inside to Guthrie. Just catches her swinging inside for the 2nd out.
In comes Ileana Munoz. She hits in the coveted 4th slot for the UTEP Miners. Swings, connects, foul ball. Ileana Munoz started against the Bengals. Ultimately, Jordan Credor came in to relieve her later on. 0 for 1 after the foul ball. At the Helen of Troy softball complex, Oklahoma showed up and showed out. A Red Sea down in the visitor side of the ballpark.
See the meeting on the mound between the head coach, Patty Gasso, and the entire infield for Oklahoma, just figuring out a way to approach Munoz to leave no runs on the board for UTEP.
For Oklahoma, the story is simple. They expect to win every single one of their games. Last season, Oklahoma went 52-9. In SEC play, they were 17-7. They won the SEC regular season and tournament championships. Away, they were 16-5. At home, 27-2.
And so far, Oklahoma on a winning streak, winning the last 4 games over in Las Cruces Friday and Saturday.
Slings it down right field. It bounces, meaning that Munoz is out, because able to make the catch down at right field is Porker herself. So the Oklahoma Sooners still lead 8-0. They'll go back to the plate up next. You're watching CUSA Softball on ESPN+. Miners elect to make a pitching change. In comes redshirt senior Kendall Angulo. The redshirt senior from California, Angulo, majoring in business, looking to conduct some of it inside of the circle. Pitched earlier on this weekend against Minnesota. That was for 2 innings. Meanwhile, slammed down right field. It's a leadoff base hit early on.
That's Parker jumping on the first pitch from Angulo. And that's Oklahoma's recipe for success thus far. Just simple singles, adding on runs to their lead.
Ella Parker already with 2 hits today. Previous outing, an RBI double. Parker brought an end to the bottom of the first with a phenomenal sliding catch down at right. EP is getting it done in El Paso. Parker down at first. Ball 1. Currently batting is Isabella Emmerling. Redshirt senior. Transferred from North Carolina after spending the seasons of 2022 through 2024. In 2025 as a redshirt junior, she played in 58 of 61 games, average of 13.36 for 2 strikeouts and 7.1 innings pitched. She gave up 2 hits against Minnesota, 2 runs down to first base. It's a double play for the UTEP Miners. Nationally recognized in that very stat category last season, turning 30, get a double play against the 4th best team in the nation.
Ground ball up the middle to Burchard. It's a 6-4-3 double play executed perfectly by the Miner defense.
Out goes Ella Parker. Out goes Isabella Emmerling. 2 outs, top of the second. No runners on. In comes Kai Miner. Last time around, a base hit for Miner. Part of Oklahoma's 8-run top of the first. Connects down to right field. It takes a favorable bounce. Miner rounds first base, and Kai Miner is going to get herself into scoring position for the Sooners.
Just splits the gap there at left center field in between Matkis and Lavis for an easy stand-up double.
Connects on Angulo's pitch. Miner gets all the way down to second base. It's been a favorable weekend for Oklahoma. Wins against Montana and MSU, Minnesota, Idaho State. All of those victories coming in 5 innings. Swings, bunt, foul ball. Agbayani, so far today, a base hit. Last season hitting .474. Agbayani has sports in her veins. Meanwhile, moving down to third base is Kai Miner. Off the pass ball from Guthrie.
Now she advances to third and is closer to scoring a home. 2 outs for the Sooners.
1-1. Agbayani doesn't go. Another pitch that goes over Guthrie. 2-1.
Yeah, it took a favorable bounce on the backstop. Went right back to Guthrie. Agbayani stays at third.
2-1. Top of the second as Alexis Bandon pays a visit inside of the circle. Hired back in this summer out of Prairie View A&M. Led her team to 2 titles in the Southwestern Athletic Conference. She also produced the Pitcher of the Year in her conference. This season, Bandon is set on surpassing 20 wins and wants an earned run average of 4 or lower from this UTEP Miner pitching staff. But it's very much a pitching staff that is still trying to find its identity.
Yeah, trying to find its groove with their pitchers that have appeared mostly being underclassmen freshmen.
3-1 count for Ailana Agbayani. Her father, Benny, is a former Major League Baseball outfielder. He played for both the Mets, the Boston Red Sox, and even the Colorado Rockies. just like his daughter, he wore the number 50. Another phenomenal catch made by CC Marquez. It ends the top of the second. The Sooners are held to no runs. UTEP comes back up to the plate. You're watching CUSA softball on ESPN Plus as UTEP continues to take on Oklahoma. Runs as the 8-time national champions visit the West Texas town of El Paso. And the program in which was inaugurated back in 2004, UTEP was part of the Western Athletic Conference. A couple of years after Oklahoma went through its first season back in 1975, this their 51st season in program history. Overall, the Sooners have gone through 5 head coaches compared to UTEP's 3. But it's Patty Gasso, who was hired back in 1995, who has stayed for now her 32nd season at the helm of the Oklahoma Sooners.
As they make another run, as they're always in the mix for a national championship every single year.
They were the first and are the only program to win 4 in a row from 2021 to 2024. Last season, they tried to make it 5, but a relatively young core composited of freshmen and underclassmen cost them. They lost to Texas for the first time in World Series history. They went into the elimination bracket. They got a win against Oregon, but they lost to the eventual runner-up Texas Tech 3-2. Ground ball, it's fair for Carranza. Carranza goes down to first base, and it's the first out at the bottom of the second.
Lowry gained a weak ground ball on Carranza. Routine play to first.
In comes Hallie Hogan. Last time around, the UTEP Miners ended it in 7. No extra innings for the second time this weekend. Grounds it. Down to second. Here's a throw to first. It's in time. Hallie Hogan, after hitting a game winner against Idaho State, is out early at the bottom of the second.
And Oklahoma's defense is just so poised out there. They have great composure. You see Agbayani has to hustle towards the deep part of the infield and makes a perfect throw to first.
Pitching-wise, last season, this unit was 3rd in the SEC, an earned run average of 2.66 as a team. 317 hits, 176 runs. Now, the sophomore pitcher deals to the true freshman, Betancourt. 1-0 count, Betancourt connects, ground ball up the middle. Betancourt has got a base hit today against Oklahoma.
2 hits for the Miners now, 2 singles. That time Betancourt gets a single with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second.
Betancourt was 0 for 3 against Idaho State. In fact, she was in a slump dating back to yesterday against Montana. She gets out of that slump by hitting against the 8-time national champion. She's batting .258 this season. Connects, Garcia fouls it. Brie Garcia went 1 for 3 against Idaho State. Her first hit this season came near the end of the UTEP Invitational in game number 5 against Utah Valley University. In that game, she hit a homer. Skies it, opposite direction. Here it goes to the fans. It's time to catch a foul ball. Full capacity at the Helen of Troy softball complex. Fans sitting in the concourse, some standing, laying down blankets in the grass patch. The Sun City showing up and showing out to watch the 4th best team in the nation, Oklahoma.
Showing out indeed, with over 1,000 people reportedly in attendance for this massive matchup. Standing room tickets had to be sold for this game. Runner on first, 2 outs on the board, 1-2, swings, Brie Garcia connects, it's gonna go down to shallow right field, and it's gonna be another end to the inning by Ella Parker. EP ended at the bottom of the second. The Oklahoma Sooners are still up 8-0 over the UTEP Miners. They hop back offensively. You're watching CUSA Softball on ESPN Plus.
And we're so excited to have you all here at the Hell of a Choice Softball Complex.
This looks familiar. There were literal people sitting on top of the mountain that overlooks this stadium and got a free concert. Today, you have to pay for your entrance. But the fans are making do. 8-0, top of the third. Angulo remains inside of the circle, allowed no runs against the Sooners. A total of 11 hits Oklahoma has accumulated today.
Yeah, you talk about all the fans. There are people outside the stadium watching from inside. You have people sitting on the rock wall of the Helena Troy softball complex. You have people over there at the entrance of the student dorms just watching onwards.
3-0 count. Angulo gets ready to deal against Lexi McDaniel. Singled last time around. We'll take a walk. First walk dealt today by a UTEP pitcher.
First walk to Oklahoma in today's game by Angulo.
And to end it off is Sydney Barker. A flyout last time around out of California. Back in high school, she was a 4-year letter winner and a team captain. A 2-time Sierra Foothills League Player of the Year. In her freshman campaign, she was used as an army knife at right field, at first base, and at shortstop. Batted .349, 21 total runs, 8 homers, 32 runs batted in. All 3 outs to work with for the Sooners at the top of the 3rd. Ball 1.
Oklahoma still looking to add on to their lead. They scored 8 in the first, held scoreless in the second. Now they have a runner at first here in the top of the 3rd.
In the SEC tournament in which Oklahoma won, Barker, as a freshman, was named to the all-tournament team. Take strike 1.
Yeah, she hit .349 last season, 29 hits, 8 home runs, slugging .699.
1-1 the count. If we go back to a year ago, on February 15th against Baylor, it was Barker who hit 2 homers and a grand slam. Now she reaches first. 2 walks allowed by Angulo early on.
Yeah, got hit by the pitch there on her foot, lower leg area. So 2 runners on and no outs for the Sooners.
Top of the 3rd. Oklahoma restarts the lineup for the 3rd time today. Coming back is Cassidy Pickering, the 2024 national champion.
And joining for the Sooners, number 9, Tia Malloy.
Playing in 66 games. Meanwhile, replacing Barker down at first base is pinch runner Tia Malloy. As a freshman, she had 50 appearances on 11 starts. A total of 16 runs. Malloy has sports in her veins. She's the daughter of Lawyer Malloy, who won a Super Bowl with the New England Patriots. A ring in her family, and now Malloy, the sophomore, looks to earn another one with 8-time champion Oklahoma. Currently batting is Pickering, the junior. 1-0. Runner in scoring position. Take strike 1.
Pickering already with an RBI double and a single. She is halfway to the cycle early on in this game.
Perfect from the circle today. 1-1 the count. Angulo deals. Pickering swings, connects. That ball is fair. Bases loaded. Pickering rounded. Here comes Malloy down to home plate. The Sooners are up 9-0 over the UTEP Miners thanks to a run from number 9.
Another RBI double by Pickering, puts it in the same spot as the last double over there by the right foul line in that corner. 9-0 lead for the Sooners.
Oklahoma leading 9-0 early in search of their 8th victory of the season. It would be their 7th in a row. This comes after opening the Candrea Classic against Arizona with an 11-6 loss. How do the Sooners respond? With a 21-3 victory in 5 innings. Mike Candrea, the current head coach for Arizona, he's tied with Patty Gasso for the most national championships won by a head coach in collegiate softball at 8. Runners on 2nd and 3rd. In currently is Alyssa Parker in the position of McEnroy. Parker, the freshman out of Oklahoma, earned the 2024 Gatorade Oklahoma Player of the Year honor. Before this weekend, had 7 at-bats for 3 hits. She finished with 3 runner-up state appearances and finishes in high school and won a state championship at the 2A level in basketball. The dual sport athlete has a 3-0 count.
Real count to try to load the bases for the Sooners with still no outs on the board here in the top of the third.
Parker will walk, bases loaded.
So this is where the Sooners can score an entourage once again, where they have the bases loaded, no outs, and have a 9-0 lead.
Third walk of the day dealt by Angulo. For Oklahoma, they lead UTEP in the all-time series 4-0. The first time both of these squads played was a year after UTEP's inaugural season. That was in March 12th of 2005. As coming into the circle is Alexis Bandon, as the UTEP pitcher will get ready to deal with Gabby Garcia. Angulo brought in top of the second to relieve Ryan Presswood, the true freshman. Allowed 8 runs in the first inning. Now Oklahoma is leading 9-0. For UTEP, it's the second Power 4 school that they host in the span of 3 days.
Second Power 4 school in 3 days. They had Minnesota on Friday where they lost 6-8, and right now they're down to number 4 Oklahoma, 9-0. As you see, all the Sooner fans have traveled Norman, Oklahoma.
It's a Red Sea, and that's a trip that takes 10 hours and 23 minutes to complete, all the way from Norman, Oklahoma, which is where Oklahoma University is situated in, to El Paso, Texas. You're talking about a road trip that's 715 miles long.
And somehow, some way, Norman, Oklahoma is closer than Houston, Texas to El Paso.
In collegiate sports, there's one guarantee. You better get used to traveling on the road. Bases loaded, slammed, deep down right field, off the wall, takes a bounce. It's a grand slam for the Oklahoma Sooners, off the bat of Gabby Garcia.
Garcia squares on the ball in the center zone of the strike zone and just muscles it out of here to the scoreboard and gone.
Gabby Garcia, first home run of the day for Oklahoma against the UTEP Miners. The sole game that the Sooners play today. Gabby Garcia, 7th home run of the season for the sophomore. Meanwhile, for UTEP inside of the circle, coming to an end is a day of Kendall Angulo. And Hannah Jones, the true freshman, will be sent to the circle. Third pitching change of the day for the UTEP Miners. It's the second true freshman that gets a nod. Hannah Jones, this one is special for her. Her hometown down in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. As part of Broken Arrow High School, she was in varsity 4 years, won 3 regional championships. As a senior, she pitched 100 strikeouts in an earned run average of only 1.851. Her club team was over with Oklahoma Athletics. With them, she won a national championship in 2024 and the United States Gold Tournament. She also made the Gold Tournament first team as a pitcher. Hannah Jones comes in to pitch against her home state.
Coming into this weekend with an 0-2 record, a 12.8 ERA. She pitched 6 innings prior to this weekend, looking to stop the damage that Oklahoma has caused already on the Miners.
Jones did not pitch yesterday against Montana. She did, however, pitch against Minnesota. That was for an inning. She allowed 1 hit. Brought in against Idaho State on Friday. Pitched 2.1 innings in the loss, allowed 3 hits and 3 runs. 3 of those were earned. UTEP recently got back into the win column with a win over the Bengals in a nail-biter. Now they trail by 13. And in comes Ella Parker. 2 for 2 today. Parker, a phenomenal day inside of the plate and covering right field. Three home runs for the junior in her sophomore campaign. Parker won't bite. Ball 2.
had a single in the second, an RBI double in the first. Perfect 2 for 2.
The 2024 national champion won it as a freshman. Ground ball goes past first. Parker around, she'll stay down at first base. Third hit of the day for the junior.
Just adding on to the hit total, that is now 14 hits for the Sooners over the course of 2 innings played.
Parker reaches first base. She's the niece of Dave Roberts, the manager of the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Pin training for the Sooners, number 3, J.D. Helton.
Shows that it runs in the family.
Dave Roberts, one of the best managers in the MLB, coming off back-to-back championships with the Dodgers.
Has made some people, especially my broadcast partner, exceptionally happy.
Indubitably.
In comes Isabella Emmerling, the senior, with a runner on first. The top of the third takes a strike. For Emmerling, a redshirt senior transfer from North Carolina. Played last year with Oklahoma after spending 3 at UNC. 0-1 count. Emmerling takes ball 1. Emmerling plays a visit to the 915, a major in economics and a minor in Spanish. So the Emmerling, bienvenida al Paso, Texas. 13-0. Puts it foul, 1-2.
1-2 count on Parker, who is on first base, and Emmerling at the plate. The Sooners have scored 5 runs and no outs yet.
In her freshman season, she redshirted due to injury at UNC. 52 appearances on 48 starts her sophomore campaign. She takes ball 2. Primarily used as a catcher, and behind home plate, she only had 4 errors in 267 chances. 2-2. Takes ball 3. Still no outs on the board against Oklahoma.
Remember, the last time Oklahoma played 2 games here in El Paso, they outscored the Miners 50-2 in 2021. Right now in this lone matchup of the season, 13-0.
12 home runs in Emmerling's first year as a Sooner. In front of a sold-out crowd, skies it, goes up into foul territory. Sinks a boink off the concourse.
Landed on top of us in the press box. You can hear the thump in here.
This press box is supposed to resemble a pick when looking at the Helen of Troy softball complex at an aerial view. 3-2. Swings connects another foul ball, but Emmerling stays alive.
Staying alive in the count against the freshman Hannah Jones. Hannah Jones looking to get the first out for the Miner defense.
In her redshirt sophomore campaign, Emmerling batted .323. Had a total of 14 homers and 53 runs batted in. Again, that was as part of UNC. Connects another foul ball. Top of the third. First inning pitched by true freshman Hannah Jones. For the Sooners, put up 17 runs against Montana at the Troy Cox Classic in day 1. They turned around, put up 18 runs against NMSU as Emmerling is walked. And then on day 2 against Minnesota, a Big Ten opponent, 12 runs. Against Idaho State, 10 runs. Consistently, Oklahoma has put up double-digit runs throughout their trip to this part of the country. Meanwhile, the support from the fans and the support from the UTEP football team. UTEP football showing up and showing out. To start off the Dr. Diana Natalicio Memorial Tournament, head coach Scotty Walden came in and threw the first pitch. And despite it being a long day that ended around 8 p.m. Mountain Time, head coach Scotty Walden stayed the entire day watching UTEP Miner softball, who have collected 3 wins in a row. 2 of them have been over Montana. One of them was a redemption win against Idaho State. 1-0 count. Runners on first and second. Doesn't go.
You mentioned the domination from Oklahoma the past 2 days in Las Cruces. They scored 57 runs over the last 4 games. or mathematically, if you want to do that, they've scored just under 15 runs a game.
2-0 count for pinch hitter Abby Dayton, the senior. Takes strike one. For Dayton, the senior out of California. She's a transfer from Utah. Played her first season with Oklahoma back in 2025 as a junior. Played in 58 of 61 games. 2-1. Won't bite again. Takes ball three.
Oklahoma looking for back-to-back walks to load the bases for the second time in this top of the third.
As a freshman, she started in 45 of 47 games, earned a total of 24 runs. She was part of the Pac-12 all-freshman team in her time as a Ute. Bases loaded. Meanwhile, Guthrie is rocked down as catcher. She's made multiple starts after earning a home run in UTEP season opener. As Hannah Jones currently inside of the circle with her fellow infielders. Runners everywhere for Oklahoma as Cameron Guthrie will go back to her position to catch for the UTEP Miners after being initially rocked.
Not sure what happened there to Guthrie, but good to see she's up.
And you have Abby Dayton down over at first base. Came in to pinch hit. As a junior, collected 51 runs. Her first at-bat as a Sooner was a home run. We'll have some changes made by Patty Gasso. In comes Kendall Wells, the freshman out of Georgia, in replacement of Agbayani. Wells so far entered the weekend with 14 at-bats and 4 hits. Came out of North Oconee High School. There she collected 127 hits, 55 home runs, 184 runs batted in. A home run derby champion, setting the record at 49.
She's also someone who tied the state home run record as a sophomore with 24 home runs and was also a finalist for the 2024 Gatorade Georgia Player of the Year.
Wells so far this season is batting .333 for 8 hits. 1-1. Bases loaded, swing and miss, strike two.
Still no outs on the board for Oklahoma this late in the third inning, as they've gone through the full lineup here, with Wells being the 9th player to bat for Oklahoma in this inning.
4 homers for Wells this year, as the count evens up to 2-2 for the true freshman. Demonstrated power at the plate. Patty Gasso calls her number. 2-2. Bases loaded, skies it, down to shallow left, catch is made by Burchard. Nobody moves. Bases remain loaded, 1 out on the board.
Fly out to Burchard, leaves the bases loaded, nobody able to advance.
Batting for the seniors, number 9, Tia Malloy.
And in is Tia Malloy. Came in as a pinch runner earlier. Now Malloy will come in to hit for Lexi McDaniel. The sophomore out of Washington, a 3-time All-State team player. During her high school years as a freshman, she had 50 appearances and 11 starts. She's a former Washington 4A state champion. Hit .259 at the plate last year for 14 hits. 5 of those were home runs, 13 of those were RBIs. 1-0 count, bases loaded. Malloy doesn't bite. Ball 2.
2-0 counts with 1 out here in the top of the third. Still, the bases remain loaded for Oklahoma.
.2-0 count for Malloy. Slings. Foul ball. Into where UTEP football is at, and it seems as though they'll be going back with a souvenir. That is if ballpark policy doesn't stand of having to return the softball.
We'll probably have to return the softball. That's a good moment in the game for the fans.
2-1, Tia Malloy, bases loaded. Takes a strike. Count even, 2-2. 2 2. 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 Malloy so far this season is batting .333. Time taken.
Gonna reload on this 2-2 count.
2 hits for Malloy. One of those has been a home run this season. 2-2. Bases loaded. Facing a true freshman pitcher. Decides to swing. The ball goes. It's gone off the wall. Another grand slam for Oklahoma off the bat of Tia Malloy.
Goes opposite there with a left center home run to extend the Sooner lead 17-0.
And the 10-hour, 23-minute drive seems to be worth it. And again, Oklahoma has played in 2 cities the past couple of days. Opened it up at the Troy Cox Classic over in Las Cruces, New Mexico. Played all 4 games over there before coming to the West Texas town of El Paso to face off against UTEP. It's not a huge distance, like almost 11 hours, but that's still 45 minutes.
Yeah, they played at New Mexico State, 45 minutes north on the I-10 from UTEP. So they had to go 45 minutes up, 45 minutes down to El Paso to end off their play here in West Texas.
And that's with good traffic.
Exactly.
17-0. Pitch, ball 1. Back to regular rotation. In comes Sydney Barker. 0 for 1 today, was walked last time around. Comes in after a grand slam with still 2 outs to work with for Oklahoma. 1-0. Jones deals. Barker swings. This one goes down. Left field. Marquez has it. Barker's got her first hit of the day. Base hit, top of the 3rd.
That is the 11th batter for Oklahoma. And 10 out of the last 11 have reached on for the Sooners.
And in comes Cassidy Pickering, who has picked the mind of the UTEP pitchers. 3 for 3 today. Jones gets set for her 30th pitch against her home state. 1-0. Oklahoma entered the weekend batting .373 as a team, put him 5th in the SEC. UTEP enters 12th in pitching, dead last in CUSA. Meanwhile, Pickering, a line drive down to right field, goes off the glove of Hogan, who's down at right, meaning that there's runners on 2nd and 3rd for the Oklahoma Sooners. Cassidy Pickering advances once again.
Pickering is now 4 for 4 from the plates with 3 doubles and a single.
Now batting for the Sooners, 0-0, Alyssa.
And still only 1 out on the board. Alyssa Parker came up last time around to relieve Nellie McEnroy Marinas. She'll come back to the plate. Parker was walked. 2 runners in scoring position for Oklahoma, still 1 out on the board. We'll see Alexis Bandon pay another visit to Hannah Jones. Played her collegiate ball at South Mountain Community College. Has that in common with Brie Garcia, Hallie Hogan, and Leanna Munoz, who also played softball at South Mountain Community College while they were starting off. Then Bandon would go on to the University of Charleston. Meanwhile, despite the score, all around the Helen of Troy softball complex, this jammed out crowd having fun at the ballpark on this Sunday afternoon. It's an opportunity to see the 4th best team in the nation as Hannah Jones will go back into the dugout. Coming back is Ryan Presswood, the true freshman. Pitched an inning, allowed 8 runs. Presswood is back in the saddle. Runners on 2nd and 3rd. Only inning that UTEP did not allow any runs in was at the top of the 2nd. Trails 17-0, top of the 3rd. Ryan Presswood looks to end it.
Presswood back on the mound after giving up 8 runs in the first inning, 9 hits. So you have to figure out a way to get out of this jam with 2 runners on and 9 runs allowed in this top of the 3rd.
Fans everywhere. There's Scotty Walden. He showed up day 1 of the Dr. Diana Natalicio Memorial Tournament. And it seems as though the head football coach of UTEP couldn't get a seating room ticket.
seems to be standing out there the left side of the Helena Troy softball complex.
It is packed to the brim. Blankets out. Families in full force. A whiteout on one side. You have a sea of red on the other. Presswood slings her first pitch since inning number 1. It's a ball against Parker, who was walked last time. Parker this year is batting .273. 3 hits, skies it, down center field. Goodbye, another home run for Oklahoma, bringing 3 home. The Sooners score once again.
I mean, just unbelievable offense by Oklahoma in this game. It's a 3rd home run for them. This one, a no doubt to dead center field. And it goes over the walk wall past the fence. They lead 20-0.
And it's only the 3rd home run for the true freshman, Alyssa Parker. Home state Oklahoma. Patty Gasso gave her an opportunity to play for what has been one of softball's best dynasties. Ground ball goes past the glove of Garcia. Runner on first base. That's Gabby Garcia.
The hits keep on rolling for Oklahoma, especially in this inning where they've scored 12 runs.
Oklahoma opened NCAA polling as the 3rd best team in the nation. A loss against Arizona dropped them down to number 4. Currently the ranking is Texas Tech at 1, Texas at 2, Tennessee at 3. Benji, we were together when they dropped the initial rankings. It was sort of a shocker that the defending national champion was ranked at 2nd place and Texas Tech the runner-up at 1st. Skies it, popped up. Burchard has got a routine catch for out number 2, top of the 3rd.
Talk about the rankings coming out before the season started. You had Tech at 1, Texas at 2, and Oklahoma at 3. Oklahoma moved down to 4 after a loss to Arizona, but since then they've gone on a winning streak, and right now just absolutely dominating here in El Paso.
Elton came in to pinch it. Quick outing, fly out. In comes Isabella Emmerling once again. Emmerling was walked last time around. She's 1 for 2. A single and a ground out. Oklahoma went out to work with top of the 3rd. Runner down at first base. 1-0 count. Presswood brought in earlier, top of the 3rd. She got the start against the 8-time national champion. Deals ball 2.
Walked earlier in this top of the 3rd, had an RBI single in the 1st, and then grounded into a double play in the 2nd.
Emmerling slings it down right field. It's gonna go into the glove of Hallie Hogan, and it ends the top of the 3rd. The Oklahoma Sooners keep rolling. They lead 20-0 at the Helena of Troy softball complex. UTEP looks to respond. You're watching CUSA softball on ESPN+. As UTEP looks to end off their lineup for the first time today. Marquez having a solid outing down covering left field, batting for the first time. Did not get the start against Idaho State. Connects, foul ball. For CC Marquez this season, she's batting .333. Has started all games excluding the last one. In 24 at-bats, she's collected 8 hits so far.
Trying to reach on base for the Miners. She's the last Miner to bat here in the 9th hole.
0-1. Slings. Popped up. Down into where the fans are. And off the hands of a blue poloed man.
If you want to try to catch those balls, you have to catch them.
Well, it seems as though he hit it down, though.
It seemed like it for protection, right?
Marquez, another one. This is going to go over the crowd. 0-2 for Marquez. For CC Marquez out of Queen Creek, Arizona. The sophomore, spending her freshman campaign as a UTEP minor. Primarily as a pinch runner, had 17 runs last season. Faces the 1-2. Elevated to be a hitter this year. Marquez swings, connect. Fly ball down into shallow left. Takes a favorable bounce. Marquez is down to second base.
Got a blooper alert there in left field. It just skies up and then just finds the gap in shallow left field.
Next about for your minors, number 24.
It's Pickering over at left field. With reinforcement is Kai Minor. Lost in the sun. Runner in scoring position for UTEP. As they get set to restart. Burchard, 1 at bat, 1 hit. That was a single. Burchard swings. Up, up, and away. Popped up into foul territory for out number 1. Kendall Wells on coverage at first base. Pulls it down.
So now 1 out for the Miners in the bottom of the 3rd. There's going to be another meeting on the mound with the infield and Patty Gasso.
Audrey Lowry will here inside of the circle. Has allowed 3 hits so far. Oklahoma has 19 today. Lowry, the sophomore left-handed pitcher. As a freshman, 6 wins and 0 losses. An earned run average of 3.09. At the bottom of the 3rd, Patty Gasso goes back into the dugout. Back when Oklahoma left the Big 12, Coach Patty Gasso left the conference as the winningest coach in both men's and women's sports history. She earned 15 conference titles and 15 Big 12 Coach of the Year awards. 16 total regular season conference titles, 1 year in the SEC, 1 championship. 0-1. MJ Nicholson comes up to the plate. The transfer from McLennan Community College. From the community college level to playing against the 4th best team in the nation.
Comes off the bench to pitch hit for Lavis. TJ Hubbard looking for power at this at-bat.
Nicholson showed it at McLennan Community College. In her season last year, she played in 55 games as a designated hitter. 77 hits, 59 runs batted in, 14 home runs. But struggling this season, batting 167. Hits it foul.
She's trying to find her rhythm. She did get the start in the season opener for UTEP against Utah Valley last weekend, but mainly the past couple games has come out of the dugout to pitch hit.
Nicholson, one of the 6 transfers for UTEP. She swings and misses for strike number 3.
So it's 2 quick outs for the Sooners pitching staff, and Lowry
Now batting for your minors,
was dealing against the
number
Miners.
77.
Marquez down at second base. In
Guthrie.
comes Cameron Guthrie. 2 weekends, 2 home runs. Last season batted 286. It's part of Florida Atlantic. She only played 4 games. First collegiate at-bat was a 2 RBI single. Then she comes to UTEP. First at-bat as a minor is a home run. She's got a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, she had a pitch hit home run for the season opener against Utah Valley in a comeback attempt by the Miners, and has started every single game since then at either catcher or DP.
Swings it, hits it foul. Guthrie faces the 0-2.
Struck out her first time swinging. Guthrie.
A hit and 2 runs batted in. Was walked once against Idaho State. And UTEP's 5-4 victory. So far, Guthrie came into today batting .393. Swings, foul. Guthrie remains alive. .02. The Miners last beat a Power 4 opponent all the way back in March 1st of 2024. That was against Texas Tech, who a season later would end up being the national runner-up, losing to Texas in 3 games in last year's World Series.
And you have Texas Tech coming to the Helena Troy softball complex later this year in April for a doubleheader.
Swings and misses for strike number 3. The bottom of the third ends. UTEP is unable to capitalize off having a runner in scoring position, not being CC Marquez. We remain 20-0 at the Helena Troy softball complex. You're watching ESPN Plus. In his 7 seasons as head coach of the UTEP Miners, Coach TJ Hubbard has led the program to 2 victories over Power 4 opponents. The last came on March 1st of 2024 against Texas Tech. UTEP beat them 3-2. Before that, you'd have to go all the way back to March 20th of 2021, which, funny enough, again, they beat Texas Tech by a run 9-8. Before that, you'd have to go all the way back to March 20th of 2015 in order to see UTEP's last win against a Power 4 opponent. That same year in 2024, UTEP had a winning record, 26-21. It was the first time that UTEP was above 500 in softball history since 2010, under the direction of their first head coach, Kathleen Rodriguez. Only 3 head coaches in softball program history. Meanwhile, a change down at right field in is true freshman, Ariana Lisette Leon.
You also have a pitch hitter in place for minor for the Sooners. Abby Dayton still up to bat for Oklahoma.
Last time in this position, a walk was dealt. Top of the third, Presswood was brought in. Rounds it, Dayton. Garcia's got the roll. Throw, down to Munoz, is in time for the first out at the top of the 4th. Quick work of Dayton.
Quick work there for the minor defense. Just trying to find a way to get quicker outs against this flaming hot Sooner offense who have 20 runs and 19 hits.
TJ Hubbard and this UTEP team has experience playing against Power 4 opponents. Last season in tournament play, this team ended 8-7. They faced teams like Indiana, Texas Tech, which was the eventual national runner-up, and Arizona State. Arizona State even came to the Helena Troy softball complex to play against the Miners. That happens again later this year in March. Kendall Wells comes up to the plate. Wells, the freshman, skies it. Popped up. Burchard has got a look. Burchard has got the glove up. 2 quick outs for the UTEP Miners.
So ground out and a pop fly, that time to Burchard for 2 outs here in the top of the 4th.
Oklahoma's down to 1 at the top of the 4th. Leading by 20. In comes Tia Malloy. Out of Washington. Last time she was up. Malloy doesn't bite. Ball 1 against the true freshman Presswood. Oklahoma coming in to this weekend was 3-1. 2 wins against Arizona, 1 against Arizona State University. Closer than what their fans would like, a 2-1 victory. Suffered an 11-6 defeat thereafter. Then put up 21 runs in a 5-inning Mercy Rule victory over Arizona, then beat them again by a run only so far in playing at the Troy Cox Classic over in Las Cruces, New Mexico. All of their games have ended in 5 innings. However, Munoz calls an end to the top of the 4th, catches the ball, and says bye-bye to the Sooners. We're back with UTEP batting up next. You're watching CUSA Softball on ESPN Plus as the Miners look to respond to the 4th best team in the nation. Here's their batters 4, 5, and 6, and they'll have to deal with the senior right-handed pitcher, Sydney Burzin. Out of Buffalo, New York, Burzin enters today's game with an earned run average of 3.5. She's 0-1 from the circle, has 3 appearances, only 1 game started. 4 total innings pitched, has allowed 4 hits. 4 runs, 2 of them earned, 3 walks, but 0 strikeouts. Looks to get her first against Munoz this season.
And it was Lowry who pitched effective first for the Sooners. 42 pitches, 3 innings pitched, only allowed 3 hits while having 3 strikeouts.
Burzin is a transfer from LSU. Comes to Oklahoma this year after a campaign in 2025 that saw her pitch 19 complete games, 6 shutouts, 2 saves, and go 52-25 with an earned run average of 2.02 with LSU. As a freshman, she earned 14 wins and only 8 losses, 11 complete games at the Power 4 level. Foul ball, 1-2.
Munoz stays alive on the 1-2 count. Late on that foul ball. Here in the bottom of the 4th now.
Last time Munoz was up, a flyout. 0 for 1 today. Berzin pitching today for Oklahoma. Her first season as a Sooner after spending time with the arch rival, LSU. Attended Baylor High School down in Chattanooga, Tennessee. There she was a 2-time All-American and the Tennessee Gatorade Player of the Year, clinching 2 state championship titles. Her junior year posted an earned run average of .47. The pitching threat makes her way to the 8-time national champion. Meanwhile, Munoz is struck out. First K of the day for the senior pitcher, Berzin.
4th strikeout for the Oklahoma pitching staff. A dominant effort thus far on both sides of the field.
So at the bottom of the 4th, down substantially, the UTEP Miners will bring in Kenna Carranza. 3rd start of this weekend. Did not start in day number 1. Got the nod twice in the doubleheader against Montana. Both of those were victories, and the common denominator in those wins were Kenna Carranza home runs.
Indeed. Gets her 4th start over the past 2 days. 2 against Montana, 1 earlier today against Idaho State. Now, starting again at the DP. We'll see when she's able to start catching again for the Miners.
Kenna Carranza yesterday on Valentine's Day, a lovely day at the plate, hitting 2 home runs before making her way onto UTEP as she hits it fouled. She was married back in 2023, so celebrating Valentine's Day inside the plate, and then in her personal life, El Paso, Texas got to celebrate Valentine's Day as a whole, because in downtown El Paso, where numerous people would go out to dinner, take out their partners and have a lovely evening, Chico the Chihuahua from the El Paso Chihuahuas put up a kissing booth stand to give El Pasoans an opportunity to celebrate Valentine's Day in a special way. From downtown to the Helen of Troy softball complex, we're packed out to the brim. Fans in the stands and fans in the grass, including head coach of the UTEP football Miners, Scotty Walden. 0-2.
Talk about mascots here in El Paso. You have Chico the Chihuahua from the Paso Chihuahuas. Then you have Pater Pete, who's somewhere around here, roaming around the crowd.
If we don't find him right now, we'll find him later on his Instagram page. 1-2 the count. 10th pitch underway. Strike 3. 2 Ks in a row for the senior pitcher, Berzin.
Just a nasty pitch there by Berzin. Goes inside on Carranza. Carranza doesn't anticipate that, so that's 2 strikeouts in a row.
And in comes Hallie Hogan, who will be brought back to the dugout in replacement is Ariana Lisette Leon. The true freshman Leon will have an opportunity to hit against the 4th-ranked team in the nation. Leon, not starting today, brought in at right field for Hogan. Steps up, takes strike 1.
Chases outside the zone there. Leon started last game, pitch hitting appearance for her in this one. Also was in right the past few innings.
Did not have a hit against Idaho State, but she did notch in a run. 0-1. Steps up, check the swing, didn't go. Leon batting 143. He's played in 7 games, started in only 3. The true freshman with 1 hit so far, 8 runs this season. 1-1 count for Leon. Steps up, slaps it foul.
Hits it towards the Sooner dugout. Thankfully, the protective net is there.
Back in her sophomore season, Sydney Berzin had 22 starts and 40 appearances. There she pitched an earned run average of 1.78 in 204 innings, 185 strikeouts. That was good enough for 5th in the SEC. She earned all SEC honors that season. And she's coming off a junior campaign where she did the same thing. 18 wins, 9 losses, an earned run average of 2.46, a little increased on 139.1 innings pitched. Still 104 strikeouts, 19 complete games, earned all SEC honors, and went from LSU down to OU. She pitches ball 3.
Just missed the outer edge of the zone. So now full count on Leon with 2 outs.
3-2. No runners on. UTEP remains scoreless. Slaps it. Fouled.
See the outfield for Oklahoma playing shallow compared to the minor outfield that was playing deep out there against Oklahoma.
A variety of power hitters leaving the UTEP minors last season. 7 seniors graduating. Swing and a miss. Third K. 3 up, 3 down. For the new pitcher, the senior Sydney Burzin, means that the UTEP minors still trail. Oklahoma will come up to the plate leading 20-0. You're watching CUSA Softball on ESPN+. And showed up to the Helen of Troy Softball Complex, packing it out. Standing room tickets having to be sold. Ground ball down to Betancourt. Throw over to Munoz, having to leap. Nonetheless, safe at first base is Sydney Barker. Second hit of the day.
Can call that an error on Betancourt. So Parker reaches on the error through to the throw by Betancourt at third.
Number 7, Cassidy Pickering.
Reaching for the second time is Barker, the sophomore out of California. Cassidy Pickering comes back into the plate. The resume today, perfection. 4 for 4, last time a double. Presswood remains inside of the circle she started the game, sent back to the dugout after an inning brought back at the top of the third. Pitch through the 4th and 5th. 12 runs were given up to OU in the third, 0 in the 4th. So it's 2 innings that have been pitched, the 2nd and the 4th, that UTEP has allowed no runs by the Sooners. Slings it, ball 3.
Pickering 4 for 4 with 3 doubles and a single, looking for her 5th hit.
The junior, a 2-time All-District MVP out of Humble, Texas. Back in her high school career, she takes strike 1. Her first collegiate plate appearance was against Utah Valley in 2024. As a freshman, what did Pickering do? She hit a grand slam. Later on that season, she'd win a ring and show up with the bling. Currently facing a 3-2 count.
So now Presswood able to come back down on the 3-0, back to a full count against Pickering.
Presswood, the true freshman out of Oklahoma, won a national championship with their club team, Oklahoma Athletics. Swings, Pickering decides to make contact, foul ball. Just flies over the UTEP football team.
Staying alive in the count, 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up for Pickering. And again, looking to go perfect 5 for 5 today against UTEP.
The former first-team All-American as a sophomore. 3-2. Struck out. Pickering is no longer perfect. 4 for 5 today. Ake starts the 5th inning for true freshman Presswood.
Presswood there catches Pickering looking, just gets the favorable call there outside the edge zone for the first strikeout for the minor pitching staff.
1 out on the board. Presswood slings pitch number 60 over to Parker. Reached first time on a walk. Next time around, memorable 3-run homer for true freshman Alyssa Parker out of Oklahoma. She was a 2024 Gatorade Oklahoma Player of the Year. 1-0, takes strike 1. Presswood, her first strikeout came in the last game of the UTEP Invitational against UMass Lowell. She threw 2. Pitched another 2 against Montana. Parker slings it down left field. It is gone! Back-to-back home runs for true freshman Alyssa Parker. Oklahoma once again scores and increases the lead.
I mean, that was an absolute missile sent to left center field. Almost hits that part of the mountain over there. I don't think I've ever seen a ball hit that far here at the Helena Troy field, but just kept traveling and hit a ton.
2-run homer for 0-0. Alyssa Parker, 2 home runs today. The true freshman earning her spot as a Sooner. Meanwhile, Alexis Bandon will pay another visit down inside of the circle. Playing Power 4 teams is nothing strange to UTEP, facing off against Indiana, Texas Tech, Arizona State last year. Meanwhile, for Oklahoma, what's on their minds is redemption from last season. They went in with a relatively young roster. They suffered a loss to the Texas Longhorns in a storied rivalry, sent them into the elimination bracket, beat Oregon 4-1, lost to national runner-up Texas Tech 3-2. A game that was tied at the top of the 7th, but Texas Tech scored a run in the bottom of the 7th through a sacrifice fly RBI. There were 2 errors committed by Oklahoma that day in a tournament in which they went in with a 22-player roster. 13 players were underclassmen, 10 were freshmen.
Just shows the depth that Oklahoma has. You see there on your screen, the Red Sea of Oklahoma fans taking part on the left side of the Helena Troy softball field.
And it's a special moment for Jordan Credor. Despite the score, Credor, who had not played softball since her junior year of high school before UTEP's opening day, committed to Michigan State. She did not see action. Her junior year of high school out of Georgetown, Texas, she was injured. She did not get to play. Jordan Credor will now be pitching against the 4th best team in the nation, Oklahoma. After going to a Power 4 school, not seeing any playing time, Credor, the state runner-up in 2022, has a chance to live her dream.
First time she sees the mound this season for UTEP Credor. Typically a first baseman, but gets the call to take the mound with 1 out here in the top of the 5th.
Credor will have an opportunity to pitch against Oklahoma. A redshirt freshman. She gets set to deal to Gabby Garcia. No easy task. Grand slam earlier. 2 singles after that. And Georgetown High School, a Texas State runner-up in 2022. A Golden Glove Award, as well as an MVP. First team All-District. Credor also earned academic All-State honors. Credor slings, ground ball, it's fair. Down to Munoz. Munoz has out number 2 at the top of the 5th.
First out for Credor, coming in right away, making an impact on a ground ball to first, even though Oklahoma has a 22-0 lead.
And in comes Helton. Chaney Helton out of Oklahoma, the sophomore, a 5-year letter winner back in high school. She earned an All-State first-team appearance. Meanwhile, fly ball, 1 pitch, 1 home run. Welcome home, Helton, Oklahoma. Another homer.
The Sooners finds another home run, this time a solo shot sent to dead center by Helter. Now MJ's number 23-0.
Oklahoma leads. We'll take another look at the home run. Helton did not get a start today. She was brought in as a pinch hitter, and Helton gets a home run against the UTEP Miners. For Helton, it's her first home run of the season. And it comes down in El Paso. 1-0 count. Incoming to hit is Isabella Emmerling. So far a hit today, was walked once. In total, 1 for 3. Flew out her last time around. Deals with Credor. Redshirt freshman. Pitch, ball 2.
Batting for the seniors, number 13, Isabella Emmerling.
For the redshirt senior.
Emmerling with a walk, an RBI single on this one. She is 1 for 3 today against the Miners.
5 games in 3 days for Oklahoma. 4 have ended in 5. The Sooners trying to make sure that this is their last appearance at the plate. 3-0 for Emmerling.
Can say they've scored 80 runs combined over the past 4 games and today's game.
Won't go. Instead, we'll take a walk. Second walk of the day for Isabella Emmerling.
Now batting for the seniors, number 16, Abby Dayton.
In comes batter number 6, Abby Dayton. Abby Dayton comes up after grounding out last time around. Walked earlier on today. The senior out of California. Back in high school, she earned the Citrus Bell Athlete of the Year award. A state champion back in 2019. Spending her freshman and sophomore campaigns with Utah. Made the All Pac-12 first team and All Pac-12 freshman team. Utah would then join the Big 12 in ripple effects that we saw from Texas and Oklahoma jumping to the SEC. Those ripple effects eventually coming towards the way of UTEP, because you have a variety of Mountain West teams that go over to the Pac-12. What does the Mountain West do? They bring UTEP into the conference. That change will be made July 1st of 2026. News in the football world. North Dakota State University will be a football-only school in the Mountain West Conference, as Dayton has got herself a base hit with 2 outs.
It's a first base hit for Dayton. Got hit by a pitch earlier. Now 2 runners aboard for the Sooners. A monumental 23-0 lead.
Runners over on first and second. 1 in scoring position for Dayton. First hit of the day. Credor continues to deal. She'll do so. Runners remain on first and second, dealing against Kendall Wells, the freshman out of Georgia. Wells, a pop fly last time she was up. 127 hits in her high school career. 55 of those were home runs. The freshman set a record at her home run derby with 49. A former state player of the year. 2-0 count.
2-0 there on Wells, with 2 runners on first and second. Now there's going to be another meeting on the mound for UTEP.
2-0. Don't be surprised that Kendall Wells knows how to read pitches. Math is her thing. In fact, back when she was in high school, she earned an award for AP Calculus. The definition of a student athlete, Kendall Wells is for Oklahoma. And in the 23-0 lead at the top of the 5th, Alexis Bandon has the word over with Jordan Credor. UTEP in a difficult situation of the fact that all of their pitchers are new. We've seen how UTEP has been trying to adjust to that after having veterans last season, like Taja Felder, a graduate who spent time at the University of Louisville and was a reliable pitcher. She graduated, and now you're relying on transfers and freshmen to get it done inside of the circle.
It's tough, especially early on in the season when you're trying to transition from high school, or that's community college level, to Division I, trying to find your rhythm. Tough during the first 10 games of the season. But as the season goes on, you start to tweak the little things that make your game a lot better.
Credor will stay inside of the circle. UTEP, a program that started in 2004. Oklahoma, its inaugural year in 1975. 5 head coaches for Oklahoma. Patty Gasso hired in 1995. After Oklahoma had 3 head coaches through the 80s and early 90s. Obviously, Patty Gasso, the winningest head coach in program history, over 1,500 W's. Oklahoma, as a program, is tied second with the most national titles with Arizona at 8 apiece. UCLA is number 1 at 12 as the bases become loaded. Wells gets on through a walk.
So again, bases loaded for Oklahoma, third or fourth time this game. They've loaded the bases, still determining to get some runs with a massive 23-run lead.
And in comes Tia Malloy, the sophomore, already hit today. Last time she was up, she lined out. UTEP only needs 1 out to call an end to the top of the 5th. Meanwhile, Malloy looks to extend it, take advantage of a full base situation. Malloy, the sophomore, as Credor is currently at the circle. She'll be substituted out. In comes Paige Lassiter. Lassiter pitching last year, only for minimal innings so far this season for Lassiter. She's had experience inside of the circle. An earned run average of 31.5 for Lassiter. 1 appearance. For what's typically a pinch hitter, that came against Montana. She allowed a hit.
So far this season, also less than an inning pitch, so she's just trying to get the last out here in the top of the 5th.
Lassiter does have experience being at the top of the nation out of Tampa Bay, Florida. Attended Tampa Bay Catholic High School. There she was ranked a top 3 player in the nation, a 1-time Offensive Player of the Year. Decided to take her talents to Daytona State College at the JUCO level. She did not play due to injury. So the season after, she goes to Florida Southwestern State College before finally transferring to UTEP. She had 8 perfect 1-to-1 performances as a pinch hitter. Hit an RBI single against Western Kentucky. That resulted in a win. Did it again against UNM, who UTEP faces on Wednesday. That was a win in 5. And against NMSU, the first pitch she saw was a grand slam. Ironically enough, now Lassiter is brought in to save the Miners from avoiding a grand slam.
Yeah, she comes into a bases loaded jam done by the Sooner offense, just trying to get the last out to send it to the Miner offense in the bottom of the 5th.
Bases loaded. Malloy has been here before. Top of the 5th. Lassiter, first pitch is ball 1. The count for UTEP, a team who is hungry to get back into the win column, scheduling games against Power 4 opponents to earn the experience needed to be able to capture victories throughout the rest of the season. Last time UTEP was in their conference tournament, that came in 2024. It was a 3-1 loss to Liberty, who was the first seed. TJ Hubbard has brought a foundation to this UTEP softball program, giving them their first winning victory since 2010 and 2024. In 2022, this crew was able to achieve the 13th highest GPA in NCAA Division I. Meanwhile, high drive, 1 run in for Oklahoma. Bases remain loaded. The Sooners will bring 2 more runners in. 25-0 the score. Runners on the corners.
So now a 2 RBI single by Malloy sends it out there to the right field corner, brings in 2 runs. Now Oklahoma has hit the quarter-century mark.
Oklahoma, a program that excels in excellence as they lead 25-0 over the UTEP Miners. The first time they made the NCAA tournament was in 1994. That was a year before Patty Gasso was made head coach. It was Jim Beitia in 1994 who led the Oklahoma Sooners. 58 wins, only 15 losses. Before making the NCAA tournament, Oklahoma had multiple starts and appearances in the World Series for the Association for Intercollegiate Athletics for Women. Those came in 1975, 1980, 81, and 82. Swings. Foul ball.
It's now 2-1 count on Barker with 2 outs. And the last time that Oklahoma hit 2 grand slams in a game was on June 2nd, 2022 versus number 9 Northwestern. Oklahoma does have 2 grand slams today against UTEP.
Over the glove of Guthrie for ball 3. When Patty Gassa was hired back in 1995, she gave Oklahoma their first conference tournament championship, their first regular season conference championship, their first NCAA Super Regional appearance, of course, their first World Series appearance and World Series championship. The 8-time national champions face a 3-1 count. Lassiter deals strike 2.
So now the 2-2-2 count, 2 strikes, 2 balls, 2 outs on Barker.
Barker, last time she was up, benefited from an error. 3-2. Runners on the corners. And once again, Barker will reach. Bases loaded for Oklahoma. They restart the rotation for the 6th time today. In comes Cassidy Pickering. Last time she was up, she did not advance, struck out. 4 for 5 today for Pickering, the 2024 national champion. The 4th straight title for Oklahoma, the 4th program. Only the first to capture 4 straight national championships.
Pickering looking to be the first Sooner to have 5 hits in the game in under 3 years. Last time that was happened, February 18th, 2023 versus Stephen F. Austin. That was Jocelyn Erickson.
Pickering takes the ball. Lassiter slings. Guthrie goes out of her way to grab it on 3-0 count. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Pickering at the plate. Here's the pitch. Take strike 1.
Now has the green light with the 3-1 count. Pickering, 4 hits as we mentioned, 3 doubles, 1 single.
Lassiter looking for a strikeout, 2-1. Here's pitch number 14. Bases loaded, Pickering won't go. And Oklahoma will walk a run in. 26-0, top of the 5th.
They still have the bases loaded with 2 outs. It's been 2 outs for a while now, but still the Sooners able to produce on offense here in this top of the 5th.
And here comes true freshman Alyssa Parker. Past 2 appearances, home runs for Oklahoma. Won't go. Ball 1. Last time these 2 teams faced off, it was at the 2021 UTEP Invitational. In their first matchup on February 11th of that year, it was Oklahoma who won 29-0. Second time around, Oklahoma took it 21-2. The trend in the second weekend of play for the Sooners so far has been ending it early. Played over at the Troy Cox Classic, earned wins against Montana, against NMSU, Minnesota, and Idaho State. UTEP entered the game with momentum, claiming a win over the Bengals. They're 6-5. Oklahoma is 7-1. Their sole loss coming at the hands to Arizona, 11-6. The way they responded was by putting up 21 runs in 5 innings, winning game 2 and game 3 at the Candrea Classic.
Here's Parker again, who has a home run in this inning. It was a 2-run bomb sent to left center field.
2-0. Lassiter deals. 3-0.
Just need to figure out a way to get that lone out to send it back to the minor offense.
The Sooners, 5th in the SEC in batting, over 370 as a team. Slings. Will walk. 27-0 lead for Oklahoma. Another run walked in.
Another walk, another run. It's now a 27-0 lead for Oklahoma.
A team that can taste their 7th straight win. For Patty Gasso in her 32nd season as Oklahoma, she's going to have her hands full. In the offseason in February 2025, named the head coach for the United States softball women's national team. So she's in the midst of leading Team USA, and that job will last all the way to 2028 in Los Angeles.
For the Olympics.
1-0, turns to 2-0.
So this is already the 13th batter up to bat for Oklahoma in this top of the 5th.
And looking ahead for the Sooners, they'll go off to Cathedral City, California to play at the Mary Nutter Collegiate Classic as Lassiter deals ball 3. Face off against Cal State Fullerton on Thursday, February 19th. After that, they'll take on San Diego State that same day. And another walk and a run walked in.
4 consecutive walks now issued by the Miners. 28-0.
Paige Lassiter will be brought out, and in comes Tatiana Vega, the Iron Woman of this weekend. And coming into the circle, it'll be her 6th game at the Dr. Diana Natalicio Memorial Tournament, meaning that Vega will pitch in every single game. Pitched 4 innings against Minnesota, 4 against Idaho State, 3 against Montana. Then in the next game, she pitched a complete game. And against Idaho State, repeated that result of the complete game. Now she comes in against the 4th team in the nation, Tatiana Vega, the true freshman out of Tucson, Arizona.
Once again, trying to get the last out. Now up to the plate for Oklahoma. It'll be the 14th batter of this inning.
For Vega, she looks to end it. UTEP does not have a week off. Instead, they face off against New Mexico this upcoming Wednesday. Game time on 2 p.m. That will be on ESPN+. After that, UTEP will have some time off before resuming play on February 27th. Over in Albuquerque, they'll take on Houston Christian at the UNM Invitational, play 5 games on the road from the weekend of February 27th all the way to March 1st. That'll be UTEP's last stint before starting conference play at home against Sam Houston. Time for Vega. 23 hits allowed by the Sooners today. 1 error for UTEP. Doesn't go.
Vega, as I mentioned, just trying to get that last out because this is the 14th batter for the Sooners in this 5th.
Helton, again, doesn't swing. Another ball.
But Vega pitched well against Idaho State earlier today in that 5-4 win for UTEP. Mentioned a complete game, had over 130 pitches.
A home run for Helton last time around. Now, bases loaded. Vega deals a strike. 2-1. Bases loaded. Vega gets the call. Slings. Swung on and missed. Strike 2 off a foul.
It's now an even 2-2-2 count for the Sooners.
And what has been a long inning and a long weekend for the UTEP pitching crew. 2-2. Pitch 5 on the way. Vega deals. Doesn't go. Full count. Bases loaded, 2 outs.
Just missed the edge of the strike zone. Tad outside for a full count.
3-2. Vega Slings it. Swung on, foul. Helton remains alive. The sophomore out of Oklahoma earned Oklahoma All-State first-team honors as a senior in high school. Top of the fifth, 3-2. Swung on, fly ball. It's down the left. Marquez collides with the fence. Foul ball.
It's a tough collision there at the fence for Marquez, but thankfully she's all right.
Marquez has been good so far from left field, making phenomenal catches earlier, and gets a round of applause from a jam-packed Helen of Troy softball complex. Ball ruled foul. Score remains 28-0 with a full count, 3-2. As 32 season head coach at Oklahoma, Patty Gasso, has a word with Cassidy Pickering. Meanwhile, back to the plate. 3-2 to count. Bases loaded.
Burchard making sure that Marquez is all right out there. Seems to be all right. That ball hit the fence first while Marquez tried to catch it. That's why they ruled it a foul ball and not a drop by Marquez.
Attempted to make an outstanding effort. This UTEP defense, all through the past 6 games, whether it's Burchard or Marquez making phenomenal catches, staying strong all throughout 3 tough days of play. Another run walked in.
Now 5 consecutive walks issued by UTEP.
It's death by 1,000 paper cuts, 29-0. The final score that was seen on February 11th of 2021. 9th pitch underway. Connects, foul ball. Currently dealing with Emmerling. In that game where Oklahoma beat UTEP 29-0, they scored 13 runs in the first inning at the UTEP 2021 Invitational. Slams it, high drive, it's down to right. 1 runner's home, 2 runs home. Meanwhile, rounding down to second base is Emmerling. It's a 2 RBI double for the redshirt senior.
Second hit for Emmerling in this game. Had an RBI single on the top of the first. Now has a 2 RBI double that splits the gap at right center field. And now Oklahoma has scored 31 runs. It's the first time in 5 years they scored more than 30 runs. Last time was against New Mexico in 2021.
And now they do it against the UTEP Miners. 31-0. Runners in scoring position. 0-1, turns to 1-1. Against Dayton. Singled her last time around. Grounded out before that. Runners in scoring position. Vega deals. Ball 2. 2-1, the count.
The Miners have been searching for that last out for a while now. This is the 16th batter for Oklahoma in this inning.
Skies it, fly ball, down to center. Lavis's direction. It is off the wall, jumps back into the field, rounding the bases, trying to hop back on it is Marquez. It will not be in time. It's an inside the park home run for Abby Dayton.
Oklahoma just adds on ways to keep scoring. This time, a ball that hits the top of the fence. Lavis couldn't quite get to it, and instead, an inside the park home run for Oklahoma.
The Sooners are not stopping. Leading the UTEP Miners, top of the 5th, 34-0. UTEP missing an out to end it. Oh, 1. Wells at the plate. For Wells last time. She was walked before that. Popped it up. Pitch is a strike. Second for Wells. as Vega looks to end it. She's played in every single game of the Dr. Diana Natalicio Memorial Tournament. This is game number 6. Completed one against Idaho State. Fly ball. That's down to right. Hauled in by Leon, meaning the top of the 5th ends. UTEP will go up to the plate at the bottom of the 5th. It's Oklahoma leading 34-0. You're watching CUSA Softball on ESPN+. Texas showed up and showed out, jam-packing the Helen of Troy softball complex to watch a historic program. And they did indeed witness history. Oklahoma is leading 34-0. And with 34 runs, Oklahoma has officially scored the most runs by any team in 2026, which means Oklahoma is 3rd all-time for most runs in a game dating back to 2000. Funny enough, the 4th place team in that stat category is Oklahoma in 2021 when they beat UTEP 29-0. But that stat, being part of the 2026 season, means that Oklahoma now occupies 11 of the top 25 positions for the most runs scored in a game. 34-0, Oklahoma leads Betancourt. Foul ball, out. Cassidy Pickering comes up with the catch.
I mean, there's just so many words to describe Oklahoma's performance here in El Paso today. Dominant is probably one of many words one can describe, watching here or watching at home.
It's a program that is hungry for its 9th World Series championship. Patty Gasso has turned this program into a wrecking crew, and they came into the SEC winning a regular season championship and a tournament championship. Patty Gasso earned 2025 SEC Coach of the Year honors. And UTEP, in closing out the Dr. Diana Natalicio Memorial Tournament, honoring their 31-year president, who saw the addition of 9 new buildings at the University of Texas at El Paso, including the softball complex, the Larry K. Durham Sports Center, increased the budget to $65 million, made UTEP a Research 1 institution, which means it's one of the best in the United States. Retired after that R1 status came in December of 2018. In August of 2019, Dr. Diana Natalicio being remembered today in the 4th annual tournament. Pitch, sent, strike 2.
Off-speed pitch there for the full count. 1 out on Bree Garcia, who flied out her first time up.
Garcia searching for her first hit of the day. Makes contact, fly ball. That's gonna go to shallow right. Caught by Parker. 2 outs.
So now the Miners down to their last out. Looks like we're gonna have a pitch hitter in Lynn Sepulveda for the Miners.
Sepulveda comes in, the junior out of El Paso, Texas. Has spent her entire collegiate career with UTEP. Last season, she played in 23 games with 14 starts. She batted .225 for 9 hits. Now, hitting against Oklahoma. Makes contact, foul.
Launches that into orbit, the foul ball.
Sepulveda so far this season, she walks in batting .333. Saw appearances earlier this week against Minnesota. She went 0 for 1. First and only hit of the year came against UMass Lowell. Skies it, up high, popped up into the infield. Game over. Oklahoma scores 34 runs against UTEP and makes history. The Sooners will leave this part of the country undefeated, 5-0, and extending their win streak up to 7. Benji, gonna head up. Your closing thoughts of the day.
I mean, it was just dominant by the Sooners today. 34 runs, 29 hits, and you talked about it, the most runs scored in the 2026 season all across the nation. 3rd most runs in the game scored since 2000, just dominant effort. going on a winning streak. Oklahoma improved to 8-1.
As for the Miners, they battled Oklahoma. They lost 34-0, but they took on the fourth best team in the nation. They come back this Wednesday to take on UNM. That game is on ESPN+. But for now, from the end of the Dr. Diana Natalicio Memorial Tournament, a huge thank you to our Minor Vision crew for a good weekend's work. Our producer, Ben Peterson, and from the names of Benji Grajeda, I'm Sebastian.